Hello there, everyone out there in Facebook world, I should say in the internet world. Welcome to another edition of Johnny Davis Live. We got a fun show for you today, guys. It's going to kind of take our time and have a little talk with Mr. Brian Keith about his show coming up tonight in Atlanta, Georgia at the 595 Club there, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm shooting this right now in Atlanta, so it's a really nice, great city this is. So many great people, so many great places to see, places to eat. Atlanta, Georgia is a hopping city, right? And so Mr. Brian Keith will be coming on a little bit later, and he'll be, talking with you about his show. At least I'm hoping that's going to be the case. I see his name pop up. Every time I see that, I always wonder when they don't have the ad to the call, and I'm not seeing that, Brian. So hopefully we're going to be able to bring you on. It should not be a problem. I see a lot of other people to bring on. Maybe I should bring on Keith Subject, but he's probably at work. But anyway, guys, we're excited about this show today and what we're going to talk about, some of the great things that are coming up. Always thanks to our sponsors, Eastern Offset Printing out of Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, for being one of our corporate sponsors. They can get information to you, whether it's business cards, posters, flyers, whatever, right to your doorstep. You can contact them at 252-247-6791. That's Eastern Offset Printing. Always appreciative for all of the great work that they do for me. So we're seeing if we can bring Mr. Brian on in just a second. I do see his name, but he is not there because I know he's really busy today. He's getting ready for his show. I do see him watching, but he has to accept that invitation that we've sent him. And we will go from there. In the meantime, guys, let's talk about some of the things that are coming up. We have a lot of events that are coming up, guys. Let's talk about those really quick. I just want to give a quick shout out to all the people who support IKF PKB, really Muay Thai kickboxing tournaments across the country and around the world. But I want to give a quick shout out, obviously, tonight at the 595 Club here in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a IKF Muay Thai kickboxing fight going on tonight, again promoted by Black Eye Athletics with Mr. Brian Keith. Man, we have a 4-person tournament that's going to be dynamite, and again, hoping we can bring on Mr. Keith. And we also have a light cruiserweight championship for the IKF with Melvin Moore and Tristan Vines. Oh my gosh, that was a smoker fight the first time around. And this time it's just going to be absolutely a barn burner. So I hope you guys, if you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, go call your friends, text your friends, email your friends, tell them to come out to Club 595 or the 595 Event Center tonight, right? And definitely have them come and check this out. It's going to be some great fights. I see Mr. Brian saying, where's the invite? I did send it, so let me just keep moving forward. We might have to go off and do it again, Brian. That's okay, though. We'll come back on. We'll just get through this portion of the show, and then we'll start a second edition of it, which is sometimes better anyway because they can go right to your interview. But let's talk about some of the shows that are coming up. We talked about the show tonight. We also have on tomorrow in Lake Tahoe, we have an IKF Point Muay Thai kickboxing event going on there with Mr. Ryan Hodges. And the team will be over there at the Escobar Training Center there in Lake Tahoe, California. So that's really nice, really expanding nicely in that area. Also, next weekend in Apex, North Carolina, we'll be with Mr. Don Rogers. All right, so we'll be there in Apex, North Carolina for an IKF Point Muay Thai kickboxing sparring tournament next weekend in Apex, North Carolina with Mr. Don Rogers. You definitely want to check that out. You can register for that event at akpromotions.org, which will have a link to the Apex Martial Arts website. Also, September 29th, there is the IKF Point Muay Thai tournament at the Free Flow Academy, put on also by the Hodges there in Rockland, California. You definitely want to check that out. They have a huge event going on there. I think that one of the last events they did, that they had over 200 competitors in IKF Point Kickboxing. That is absolutely just incredible when you see that many people coming out for IKF Point Kickboxing. Also on October 5th and 6th, of course, we'll have to talk about that. We have our IKF East Coast Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This is going to be a fantastic event, guys. It's going to be one for the ages. We have so much going on right now. We have people that are registering, men, women, and children who are registering for this event, guys. You can do it at akpromotions.org. We have obviously a lot of divisions that are still open that only has one fighter. So jump on there, akpromotions.org, look at the registered fighters and see if you have an opponent for them. I mean, it's a real deal. It's a great event and everything. And I think that'll be something you will really enjoy. We have nice championship belts and everything as well. So you definitely want to try to get on there and fight. We have big cups that they can also win. Guys, I am telling you, the IKF East Coast Classic is a fun event. We only have one ring, there's lights, there's cameras, there's food, and obviously music. And, you know, it's just something that we're getting guys ready for bigger things, right? We realize that, you know, the way we do it is not trying to get 200, 300, 400 fighters in there. Not trying to do that. It'll max out about 170 fighters, only 4 fighters in each division. So you want to get on there, though. Get into this tournament. If you have fighters, men, women, children, and even some seniors, by over 40, get them on there, get them in this tournament, and let them compete. That is what it's all about, guys. Real competition, knockout action, right? It's full contact. This is not point kickboxing. It is a full contact event where your guys can get some tremendous experience to go to bigger and better things if they like, right? But we're going to hopefully be the next big thing too, right? We're working on, you know, we have promoters like Don Rogers who are doing professional fights. Other fighters obviously across the country with IKF and other promotions are doing professional fights. But we're serious about what we're doing. But the IKF East Coast Classic is a fantastic event for you and your fighters. It runs pretty smoothly. We try to get you in and out of there. The format of it is we have a Friday night show of fights, about 10 to 15 fights. We have a Saturday event where it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, goes to like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then we have another super fight night show where we have, oh my goodness, it's going to be one of the best shows ever on the East Coast, guys. I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be, because I'm going to talk about these champions again. We had them all on pretty much for interviews, but you know, I'm going to talk a little bit more about them here shortly. But I also want to remind everyone who's fighting in the tournament to go ahead and reserve your rooms at the Crown Reef Conference Center. We have a code and everything on the website. Call them and reserve your rooms right now. They have a couple of other events that are going on there at the Crown Reef. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and reserve those rooms so that you will not be left out and have to give another room and pay an additional fee, right? So stay at the Crown Reef Hotel. Go ahead and reserve your rooms. As far as I know, it doesn't cost anything to reserve the room. Hopefully you're going to show up too, right? But go ahead and do that. Also, for the IKF East Coast Classic, we have a deadline coming up on September 17th, guys. September 17th is another deadline that's going to go up like another $10. Why pay more money? There's no need to pay more money. We're not trying to. This is probably the least expensive tournament on the whole circuit right now. So don't pay more money. It's only like $65 right now, right? Go ahead and get in. Let those other fighters know that you are coming to compete with them. That is what it's all about, guys. So we hope you guys will join the tournament for the IKF East Coast Classic. More information at akpromotions.org. That's coming up October 5th and 6th, guys, right there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Okay, so I got to talk about what happened here the other day. All right, so some of you guys saw on my Facebook page and some on Facebook in general that Ms. Jennifer Waters, who is going to be fighting for the flyweight title, IKF United States title, put out this nice video about training and tickets and things like that. Then shortly after that, Ms. Lily Helton, who is currently our only opponent, who is like 9-1 or 10-1, and she is just, oh my gosh, she put her video, I think the video was out, but she kind of redid it. Oh my goodness, man, these two women, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe these two women are going to help change the game for women in the sport of Muay Thai kickboxing. And I know other women are fighting across the country. I know that. I realize that. But you do not see amateur fighters putting out, videos, and obviously the way we promote, we put them on all kinds of stuff, we put them out there, we have them on our show, we put out stuff. We work hard to promote these amateur fighters so that by the time they go pro, people are going to know who they are. Trust me, people are going to be clamoring for these two ladies. Whoever wins, they win. Whoever loses, great. No worries. It is what it is. But what I'm trying to tell you is that we are promoting these young ladies hard, right? They're promoting themselves hard. They're hungry to fight for this title, and they very well should be, because it is a certified title. There's only one of them, one certified IKF flyweight title for the women, and one of these women are going to walk out champions. Now, here's the thing. Up until September 15th, we will accept up to 2 more fighters in that. So 2 more qualified fighters. You have to qualify. They can still get in that tournament, okay? So you can still register. You can contact me on my website, or 843-773-1005 or akpromotions.org, and we can certainly talk with you about whether or not you are qualified to fight in that tournament. You just can't enter that. You have to be qualified for it. So you have until September 15th. After September 15th, you know what? We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to let those 2 great women fight and compete against each other, because they are going to have an outstanding fight anyway. I mean, they're in great shape. They're training hard. Go check out the videos on my Facebook page, on my timeline. Go check it out. If you think I'm joking, they're fighting, they're training like they're going to make $1 million. Hopefully they will one day. We got to get more money in our sport. So this is what it takes, guys. So for all of you promoters out there who wants to just kind of half step and just kind of put on, you know what? Forget about it. Forget about it, right? Let's do it hard. Let's do it for real. Let's give these fighters what they deserve. Good recognition and nice platforms to showcase their skills. They're working extremely hard in their gyms. Their trainers, their families and all are coming out to support them. Guys, just like this show tonight, these guys have worked really hard. So again, if you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area, you know, get the tickets and come out to this show. But hopefully after we go off of this show, we'll come back on really quick and see, can we bring Mr. Brian Keith on for that one. But sometimes we just have internet connections and things like that don't work out. But I do see him watching. We just not seeing where we can add him at this point. We probably have to do it over again. No worries. Okay, the other fight that I'm excited about is our champion, Angel Carranza. He's out of Puerto Rico. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say it once, I told it twice, this guy, he's so good. He's only 16 years old. He is so good. Great hands, great feet, you know, just a really smart, intelligent fighter. Brad LaPrairie out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and Mr. Daniel Diaz out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They're the 2 fighters that are coming in to try to take that title away from Angel. Their fight is going to be on October 5th on a Friday night at the Crown Reef. These are junior fighters, guys. These are junior fighters at 127 pounds. There's one more slot. If you think you got somebody that can compete and that can qualify to compete against those guys, hey, we welcome you. Just give us a call. You know, if they can fit in, we'll fit them in. But there's one more slot, right? But again, this is real fighting, guys. This is the real deal. These guys are really good. Yes, they go for the knockout. Okay, so this is not point kickboxing. It's not like a karate tournament. I just want to be clear. This is the real deal. It's like the Golden Gloves, if you will, of kickboxing, but not quite the Golden Gloves. We have the World Classic. There are TBA tournaments. There are other tournaments that are much bigger than this one. But just the format of the way we do the tournament is a lot of fun, and it's something that really helps these fighters go to that next level. Okay, so that junior featherweight title is on the line. Mr. Angel Carranza, who's our U.S. champion. He's ready, he's waiting, and he's going to be looking forward to competing against Travis LaPrairie and Daniel Diaz. Okay, guys, also last week, we had our U.S. champion on, Mr. Luis Morales, and some of his contenders. Man, I'm going to tell you like this. That is going to be one of the most outstanding divisions ever, especially for amateurs, right? Mr. Luis Morales is our current IKF welterweight champion. Mr. Ethan Geffen and Sebastian Rivera, they are on in line to try to take him on. And also Mr. Ryan Hoover of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, who we've not had a chance to speak to yet. And we're hoping that we'll be able to speak to him soon, but we know he's on board. I mean, all three of those guys are coming for Luis. Luis says he's ready. Hey, let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be a great fight. Remember, that's going to take place on October 6th. A super fight on that Saturday night in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the Crown Reef Conference Center. Now, listen, those are just super fights. Remember, we have a whole weekend, 2 days of fighting going on. There'll be 60, 70, 80 fights, if not more, of all the East Coast titles. Okay, so I want you to know that this is a full weekend of fights. If you're a fight fan, no matter where you are, hey, you should definitely be at Myrtle Beach on that weekend. Also, we're still looking for competitors. Now, listen, we got the super heavyweight guy, Justin Mitchell. He's out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, trained by Mr. Chris Clodfelter, 250 pounds. He's like undefeated right now, like 4 or 5-0. Hey, look. He's intimidating looking, he's tough, and he's skilled. I'm telling, again, I don't do easy. He's a tough guy. I know that. Everybody who knows him knows he's tough. Again, we don't do easy. Here's the question. Are there any other super heavyweights out there who's going to step up and fight him? That is the real big question. Justin Mitchell is the man in this area. Super heavyweights know that in this area. It's for a certified United States super heavyweight championship. Now, that's something you just can't go out and pick up off the street. You got to work for it, and you got to earn it, right? So, yeah, we're going to put a tough guy in front of you because we don't do easy. It's not just going, I want a belt. No, this is one of the guys who we think that's going to be the guy to beat for this tournament and the guy to beat down the road. So if you have a super heavyweight with fights that can qualify for this tournament, October 5th and 6th in Myrtle Beach, it's only going to be one day, either the 5th or the 6th, right? More likely the 6th. We're asking you to challenge him. The information is on our website at akpromotions.org. Again, Mr. Justin Mitchell, who's our super heavyweight, is waiting on you. Now, we have another fighter that we profiled a few months ago. I think it was titled something like Beauty and the Beast or something like that. Miss Brandy Hester out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, she's in the East Coast Classic brackets like anyone else, but she's waiting on fighters. Now, she's undefeated as well. Right, she's at the 159 level. She'll do modified Muay Thai, might even do full rules, right? Definitely probably will do unified as well. We're waiting for contenders for her. She is strong. She is good. She's very talented. Again, I don't do easy. Anytime I put somebody out there, guys, you can come and beat them. You might be able to take them out. But what I'm telling you is I think they're tough. I think they're bad. I think they're going to be the people to beat. You just got to prove me wrong. So Miss Brandy Hester, the woman is good, she's strong, and she's waiting on women to take her on. Go look at the bracket. She's sitting right there. I think it's 159 in Muay Thai rules. Okay, go check it out at akpromotions.org, and you'll see her there. And if you think you have somebody, stop talking. Don't want to hear about it. Enter them, right? So it's going to be a great show. I know I talk a lot of smack when it comes to these fighters. I do it for the fighters, to be honest with you, because this is the way we're going to up our game. This is the way we're going to build our sport. We cannot have easy fights all the time and expect for fans to pay this money to come see these fights. We need the best of the best fighting each other. And that's my goal, and that's my agenda, is to try to bring in the best fights that we can possibly do. And basically, I only personally do like 2 events a year, personally. I do a ton of events with other promoters, but I do the Spring Classic and I do the Fall Classic. But on those, they're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And guess what? Eventually, we're going to have pro fights on that. You watch it. It's coming. So stick with us. Hey, guys, be on our shows. Be a part of the IKF and what we're doing here, guys. And you never know. Eventually, you could be on one of those shows and even as a professional fighter. So what I want to do now, guys, I want you to make sure that you go to my YouTube channel and you subscribe to me. Subscribe to my channel. Eventually, I'll be putting more content on there. We have tips and all kinds of things on there right now. So definitely check that out on my YouTube channel at Johnny Davis Live on YouTube. I need subscribers. I guess that's the way it works. I really don't know all of how it works. Everybody would say, hey, you need your own YouTube channel. Hey, you need your own. Okay, so I have my own YouTube channel now. So check it out at Johnny Davis Live, guys. Listen, we have a lot going on. What I'm going to do, though, we're going to try to bring on Mr. Brian Keith. I'm going to send him another invitation. And again, right now, I don't really know how to do that while I'm on live right now. But we're going to hang up, and hopefully we can bring him back on. Hopefully some of you guys will join us back here shortly to speak with Mr. Brian Keith, and we can get him on, and then we will go from there. Listen, we plan to keep coming to you mostly on Fridays, I guess, but it can be maybe tonight. We might go live to show you some of those great fights tonight as well. So keep checking in on our channel, some of the things that we have going on our timeline for all the news and things that are coming up. Something else I wanted to say, we have a couple of fighters that I noticed that have been advertised that have fought either in our PKBs or on our East Coast Classics or West Coast Classics or some of our shows that are now fighting on bigger events. I just want to make mention of them. Caleb Hunter and Julian Nguyen, they'll be fighting each other. I think it's September 15th. It's on a Lion Fight card. This is professional fighting, right? So those guys, Caleb has fought on many of our tournaments. He's won some of our titles. Julian Nguyen has fought on at least one of our events, won titles. So we're excited to know that they have stepped up and got professional promotion going on there with Lion Fight. There's also Mr. Matt Baker. We just learned that he's fighting on a Glory event that's coming up. And Matt Baker definitely, I think, fought in the West Coast Classic and won that tournament for us back in 2011, I believe. What I'm saying is people watch what we do. People watch our fighters across the country and really around the world here on Facebook, and they see our fighters. So when you fight on our events, we try to find out, try to give you as much publicity as we can to try to let people know who is the next recognizable champion, right? That is what it's all about. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you right now here on Johnny Davis Live. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, Eastern Offset Printing out of Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. We're going to try to hang up here, bring back on Mr. Brian Keith for another segment of Johnny Davis Live so he can tell you a little bit more about this exciting show he has going on at the 595 Club here in Atlanta, Georgia, where he had an outstanding fights, about 10 fights, including a 4-man tournament and at least 2 title fights on there. So it's going to be outstanding, guys. You can check out more information. Go to Brian Keith on Facebook or blackeyeathletics.com. Ladies and gentlemen, always forward march. This is Johnny Davis Live, and I'm checking out. Talk to you soon.